Hello YouTube, it's Mike from Team Main Game here, bringing you a deck profile. My Granblue deck that I took to this year's Nationals. It's done pretty well, I'd say, so you can refer, I assume you'd link in our little discussion so you can see how well it did.
I don't remember what position you came. All I know is I was better than you this year.
You know it! What, you know?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, the
I was 14th.
First day. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, because I lost one more the second day. But I did better first day. I was like undefeated apart from one game of 7 Seas. But anyway, 7 Seas, just don't go there. But anyway, this is my Granblue Nightrose deck, so it's awesome and better. But anyway, so
it's a version of it.
No,
so it's not awesome or better.
The 7 Seas. I'm trying to 7 Seas. 7 Seas is scummy. So this is obviously going to be better regardless of how it's built.
Okay.
There you go. So anyway, you start off with Grenache, which is your. How do this? Is this nicer?
Yeah, that's very nice.
Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay, so
before you go any further into Grenache, I want to point out it took me and Yuri and many other people, God knows how long, to convince Mike Grenache was a good card.
in the previous builds, it wasn't a good card. Based on the way this deck performs, I use it that way, and also the GR wasn't out at that point. That's what this deck focuses around. So you wouldn't use it before. Basically, I have to explain as I go through it. But anyway, so that's your. Should I explain what they all do, or are we skipping that now?
No, it's fine. Like, unless you run a funny tech, I don't think it's
Okay, so it's your unfit. You hollow it and you're unfit 2 when it goes.
Keep it
Okay.
I haven't done this in a while, man.
You got 4 heals.
New heals.
Heals, yes. It actually has an effect. I was just going to say 4 heals, but okay. This is when you G-guard into specific G-guard, you get to discard a grade 1 or lower and draw. 1 or less, yeah. 3 hands, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Than that, you've got your 4 Banshees, which is again the version of it. And this is your into soul to draw. You drop it into soul draw. Okay. Awesome. It's always been awesome. Fuels the soul. Just like the it's not new, but the one for Nightrose, the Nightrose crit. So it'll go into the Rampage Shade. So it'll go into soul and draw a card on attack with the Vanguard. It's universally used in various other.
So basically, he has 8 grits to go into soul, potentially before first strike, before big off.
Okay, obviously it's limited to 1 now, but we can go Steve family. That was at 4. However, as it's limited to 1 now, what you'd probably end up doing is either chucking in a few more crits or going all crits or whatever, or you can
draw triggers.
Sub out stands. You don't run draw triggers in this deck. You don't need draw triggers. I've built it in a way you don't need it.
Really don't.
So yeah, other than that, they have Horsepower Vision, which is your perfect guard. You run 4 of those. Because you perfect guards in this running sense.
Flip.
Is it the unflipping perfect guard?
No, you said that's your perfect card.
It is your perfect guard, is it?
It's your Sentinel, technically.
Yeah.
People might run Quintet.
Oh no.
Or the new Banshee perfect, then the Sentinel.
Yeah, that's if you. I guess that's kind of cool. That one. Your Strife Honor from your brothers. And that's at 4 as well.
Why are you running that at 4?
Because I wish to use my grade 3 on my field and things, and it really doesn't matter. I don't really know what else to say. You have to be efficient.
How about you can play an early game and swap the wrong Nightrose for the right Nightrose, so you ride it correctly.
That's the one. That's what I'm running for.
Yeah.
That's the reminder.
That would be the main reason you run for. The striding is just a benefit.
Yes. Aaron's correct. It's been a while since I built this deck and realised why I did things. You've got Negrabone, which is your main focus of the deck. If you can't find this bad boy, you're probably going to lose, but you can try anyway and squirm your way out of it. But it's at the end of the battle, it boosted the unit, you counterblast 1 to retire that unit and call a hollow unit to the field.
It's hollow unit, I think.
Did I do something wrong in the video as well with
No,
that?
it's just the amount of times that you have not called out.
Oh right, alright. When the deck was being
Also,
first used, yeah.
Main reason Negrabone is broke as fuck is because it's not once per turn. So if you stab the
Yeah, yeah, that is also really funny when that happened. But yeah.
There's also a good reason when that got hit. In a sense.
No, that shouldn't get hit. There was nothing wrong with this card except the G card combo. But I don't use the G card combo. You'll find out.
Most people use the G-Guard combo with Cannoneer anyway, not the stand trigger.
Get in there, man! Okay, so I got Sword Buster Mimic, which is my tech of 2. A lot of people
right,
use.
now you're gonna have to go through that because no one.
A lot of people use the. They use the one that unflips go to the deck. It was a Banshee type card, or what's the other one? I don't really care because this one's better. It's the when it's revived, it gets 3k, and you can hollow it to give something else 3k. So it works really well with your Nightrose grade 3, your new one. So you make a 21 con, and
why don't you make a 21 con? We can just get Negrabone and go extra attack.
Why not have Negrabone available?
That's four. We should be able.
And it's just combos, Aaron. It's combo play slide of the conversation, right? And some people think I'm insane on this bit, so I'm just gonna have to deal with the fact it's me. I've gone for 4 King Serpent. So the 8k if people take 1 of, and then 2 of, and then 3 of, and they don't realise that if you don't find it, you probably aren't going to be as aggressive and good. And if you sack into the 2 every game or 3 that you're running, fair play. But unless they want to send it with the Ghosty Strike, which I really don't want to do, I'd rather just run it at 4.
Basically, I want to remind people of one of the things that Mike first said when we made this channel, and he loves consistency. So there you go, 4 King Serpent, one of the key cards of the deck, consistent.
Okay,
and yet he still doesn't find it half the time.
Got 4k, yeah, and people write, oh look, I found it, I need to run, like 4 Cannoneer. Sorry, King Serpent, when it's called, you unflip Soul Charge, or it's revived, sorry. Unflip Soul Charge. Just remember that you've done it and not try and swindle your opponent in a recorded game. You can do it again. Cannoneer, when it's called from the drop zone, you can hollow it to counterblast, retire a unit, and draw a card. So it's if they haven't got a field, you can just counterblast and draw a card as an FYI.
The best thing about that game, Mike, was I won. Even though you did
that. Even though I did that. Wow. And for Negara, which is your 11k swinger, GB1, and you can hollow it to gain 5k. Also, referencing back to here, it's also a GB1 effect, of course.
Did you say it gets 2k?
King Serpent's not. Yeah, it gets 2k when you attack at GB1, and it gets 5k when you hollow. And then finally, you've got your main Nightrose Stride, which...
No, that's not Stride.
Break.
There we go.
Stride break.
Main Nightrose grade 3 would be better, mate.
Main Nightrose grade 3 stride break, which is your when you stride over it, counterblast 1, revive a unit, it gets 2k, and it's the GB2 skill of milling 3 once per turn. Once per turn, Aaron.
Yeah. Just want to remind people of the once per turn clause. If you can activate it and you choose not to, you've now missed your timing for any future once per turn.
So if they retire something that you don't want to bring back, and you decide not to bring it back by milling 3, then tough titties, you can't G-guard and do anything.
Because you've missed that was your once per turn and you chose not to do it, so yeah, you can't do it no more.
So it's a very easy...
Which people forgot during the tournament.
Yeah, it's very easy to get out of. Because people think it's broken, the whole G-guard thing, but if you can just go attack a rear guard, it's like, well, okay, it goes. You're not milling 3 now? Okay. And then you go attack a Vanguard and they try and G-guard and do something, it's like, well, no, you didn't, you chose not to bring it back.
Or what's more common in this matter at the moment is just straight up retire one.
You should retire something that's not a Cannoneer or a stand trigger and you're good. And finally, the Starlight Nightrose grade 3, which is your backup. Similarly to the main one, you can.
It's just about one. It's just about one.
Okay. Let's make sure I get the power right. Yeah, it's 3k. You counterblast 1, mill 3, and cool up to 1. Or cool 1. And if it's a hollow unit, it gets 3k. If it's not, it just gets no power. And GB2, skill of Soul Blast 1 on the Vanguard or Rearguard to call a grade 1 from your drop zone.
When something else is called.
When something else is called
from your drop zone.
Yeah, in the same column as that card.
Only during your turn, mate.
Yes, only during my turn. I did think that you could do it in your opponent's turn, hence the little combo there of G-Guard, oh look, Soul Blast, cool that, give my Vanguard 3k. I thought I was quite cool doing that, but then I realised, and I was like, but I still like the combos, so I'm going to leave it in the deck. So internationals out there. So yes.
Just pointing out again, contrary to other people, 4 normal, 3 new one, and no, what's it called, match one, that one.
Yeah, a lot of people would run 4, 2 and then 1 of the grade 3 Holo unit, which is very similar to Negro here, of gaining stupid power.
No, it's not. It's comparable to Negro.
I'm thinking the dragon.
Yeah,
never mind. Okay, some people do run the dragon still, but yeah, the other one's when it finishes attacking a Vanguard, you can +1 and pull a unit out. That's it. Doesn't go. Just you have to make a Holo. So all go. But not at that point.
That's about you don't have to retire anything.
Yep. So I understand why, but take off 1, and I'm not using specific searching capabilities, so I'm not doing it. So yes, that is the core of the deck.
So
I
can't remember if you've gone over reasons why you've used half of these. So obvious, white 4. I mean obviously it's going down now, but why did you want 4?
Okay, I'm gonna just have to pull this up now. And I'm going to have to go through my strides.
Buy triggers?
So I can explain things. Yeah, I know. You know what the triggers are, guys. It's not. You have to. Mind you, 8 crit 4 stand. Okay, so your first. The main stride you want to go into at the start is Gauche, which is. Your. It's alright, it's fine. I always do that.
Yeah, I don't think you did it for any of the other cards.
No, I didn't. No.
You did it for the starter, you didn't do it for anything else.
Pretty much. Which is, as it's placed in the Vanguard, you Count Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast the remaining units, call equal to that remaining units from your drop zone, and they
I'm
gain.
pretty sure it's Soul Blast the remaining up to 5.
Yeah, but you would always do the remaining.
The point is if you had 6
fine,
in there,
fine.
you can only do 5.
Right, it's just a brief summary of the card, assuming you will know. We do this at the start. Do you want me to go detailed information, or do you want me just to summarise it quickly?
But it's the point, if you're going over the skill, you've got to get it right.
Who the hell is calling, like, who's got a soul bigger than 5? Unless they're cheating, and they forget the soul charge thing's already gone off.
Yeah.
Anyway, they all gain power equal to the amount of face-up G units, which is cool, so you can use it as a late game card or an early game, but I mainly use it like 99.9% of the time. That's my first stride by doing effects that I'll go through in a minute.
It's dumb plussing. It's not even, you don't even need to go for other effects you've got, Mike, it's just dumb plussing. If you find any of those, you can't see them, if you see any of these 2 crits, Banshee or Shade is in for 1 for 1, but since you're getting back out with Gouge, you +1 in the long term, which is dumb.
You've got 2 of the Drago, which is your GB2 of Counterblast 2. 2 core units from the drop zone, equal to the amount of units you currently have on the field. And then, based on the amount of units you called that have the Holo ability, your opponent chooses and retires a card equal to that.
Have the Holo ability or make them Holo?
Holo ability.
So you didn't even make them Holo, that's actually really good.
Did you read it? Did you confirm it?
Yeah.
Yeah, occasionally a Holo ability comes called this.
Huh.
It's combos.
I never saw that card, it's higher weak.
Combos that I will go through momentarily. So, and then you've got your Nigrosonga, which is your flip up, a bit of obviously Gouge there is a flip up, the GR is not, as a cost.
Nigrosonga is actually the finisher.
This is actually, again, people use it as a, I don't have the right thing, so I'm going to stride into it first. The way I play the deck is again I'll go through it in a minute, but I use it as a finisher, not as a thing, as a starter. Starting strike. So it's a Canvas 1, flip up, look at the top 4, choose up to 1, put it to the drop zone, so you choose none, and
discard a card.
And discard a card, which I didn't do at Nationals. If you watch the room thing, I completely forgot about the discard bit. And then the card you choose to revive gets 5k for each face up unit. So it's kind of dumb.
Another reason why Stand Trick is dumb.
Hey, no one did that either. There's so many things that I do that people don't do, and I'm like, whoa. But anyway, so and then a tech of 1 of something I didn't use, the GR. EV8 thing. Galleon.
It would have won you games.
It would have won me a game, it would have finished the game earlier. But I won the other one anyway. And I risked, but it could have confirmed 2 rather than risked 2, but I won them. It would have won me a game in the second day. And I was on tilt and lost the second, and just gave up in the second one. But anyway, you choose, when it's placed on the Vanguard, you choose GB8, choose up to 5 cards from the drop zone, call them separate rear guards, they get 10k. And retire the units that will call this effect. So yeah, stupid powerful field, you'll get 10k.
I'll be kind of done with that. Getting 4 of those. 28, 28.
Only if you're going, yeah. Well,
Into Soldier 4.
Of course, everything's about plussing cards. Okay, so then you've got your Sea Breeze. That space over there. So your
I've seen people run that less than nice.
You can lost 2 discard anything to stride into it. And if your opponent doesn't ride. Ghosty, in case I'm really upside creep and need help. So that's why I use that. And I've got 5 G guards. You've got your IG guard, I gain 5k by milling 2. I've got the Counterblast 1 retiree unit, it gets 10k. You can revive up to 1 normal unit ghost unit's card name, and it combos with the grade 3. Got that. And one of the collection 1 of Soul Blast 1, flip up a G guard, and you choose up to 2 units from your drop zone with different grades and call them to the Guardian's Circle. So it just helps finishes. Which is what I use it for. So the way the deck, well, that is the deck. So rather than doing the combos in front of me, I assume I can just talk about them, which will be quick enough.
Go for a typical game is probably the best bet. So what do you do leading up to grade 3?
Sure. The game plan is thus. You pull your starter, unless you're against Gear Chronicle, who could run the single tech. Don't mess this up, man. Unless you're against Gear Chronicle, who could run the single tech of that bloody 8k, which can send the starter. You just want to move it forward now, don't you?
I do.
I know you do. Now stretching now. So, unless you're running against Gear Chronicle, who run the 8k, which will send us something back on call, you're quite safe to put out the starter because who cares if they retire it. So you put it out and push to the front. So it'll be your front, right or left unit, and I tend to put a critical behind it. So as and when I'm ready to stride at the turn before, I'd put the crit into soul and draw a card, or I'd attack with the Vanguard on the grade 3 ride to put it into soul and draw a card. So you have a nice 9k column. Or you can just put 7k behind it if you're correcting the ride, or just have Necrobone there for when you want to play. So yeah, so you do a very aggressive start, that's the way I play the deck.
I'd say these 2 are key though. You need to really find at least one, preferably 2.
At least one would be ideal, but it's not overly necessary. You do revive 3 if the deck works fine.
Well, assuming everything goes fine and you find King Serpent as well, you're reviving 3. Otherwise you're reviving... No, you're not, you're reviving 2. You revive 1, if you find that, you revive
2, which is still pretty strong for a first stride. And they're also getting a cage. But anyway, so that's your starting plan. You ride whatever, just try not to ride the King Serpent. You want to try and call that to a rear guard, intercept, or to get it retired or whatever. And then revive it later on or guard with it. So by the time you stride, you're looking to have one of each of these in your drop zone, preferably, ideally. But your main issue, you have to dig and using crit triggers and by any means of milling with the G guard to find Necrobone, Cannoneer, and King Serpent. These are your 3 you have to find.
Well, I'd say that these 2 are the ones you need to mill, you just need to find that. Because there's no way for you to mill that before the time you need it.
the main reason you have to find it is because when you do stride, every time you would pretty much always revive King Serpent using the stride break, which will gain 2k, and you just unflip and soul charge. So you'll completely refund the cost. You stride, every time you stride you get a 10k beat stick out for no reason.
And probably end up replacing it with Necrobone anyway.
Or just, I tend to revive it in front of Necrobone, so you attack for 17, switch out for...
And it fills up your soul for any later gouches that you might want to use.
Yeah, but most of the time you're just going to use it once. So your first stride in this build of mine, you'd use Gouche, so you can revive 2 or 3 if you've got the crits, or 4 if you've got more. But obviously you get reviving 1 anyway with the strike break using King Serpent. Following up from that, you're looking to gain advantage from your opponent. So are we going to Dragu?
Well, in my experience, Gouche generally gives you enough advantage.
Or further advantage then. So you'd revive whatever you need to revive, you call whatever you need to call, and Counterblast 2 and retire and draw, and it's kind of done to gain an advantage at this point, this mid-game point. Also, every time you do revive something, you're of course always going to try and revive that starter there. When you first stride, as I said, specified before, it'd be in your front row. So when you do this first stride into Gouche, you'd use the stride break first to call over the top of that starter. So King Serpent would replace it to unflip Soul Charge, and then thus that's in there for the Gouche play. So that's the way I send it to the drop zone. I don't replace it prior to striding. I don't leave it into the soul. I call over the top of it.
I get that you do that, but unless you have a Canyon or a Necrobone out, there's not necessity to get that done.
But if you're going to win, you have to.
But you only, unless you're counterblasting elsewhere, you're only counterblasting 1 for Gouche, no point. So.
Well, it's there for later, but it's still, if you're not finding these resources, then you're going to lose the game anyway. You have no way of just beating your opponent down realistically. So yeah, every time you go into Gouche or the Dragu, you revive the starter, and just spam Cannoneers and Necrobones to try and gain advantage on your opponent. Combos with Necrobone I'll go through momentarily, but I'm just going to know the game plan of strides. And finally, your finisher is your Negrosonga here. Based on the fact you flipped 1 up there, you went into Dragu, and if you haven't really found any heal triggers to G-Guard with, if you can go into the new G-Guard, so you can Soul Blast 1 and flip 1 up, it will make Negrosonga even more powerful. The game plan with that is to attack with all your units and keep the Starlight Nightrose out by itself. So everything else is rested because you've attacked whatever and you've revived the Starlight with your Necrobone there. You can then use Negrosonga to call the stand, was the plan. So it'll gain something silly like 25k is usually the number, 20k or whatever you go up to. So obviously it's a 29 by itself, or 24, and you can hollow it to add 10k to the Starlight column. And because the unit was called, you can Soul Blast 1 and call the Nymph there to gain 3k to make that, and hollow it to add the 3k to the stand if that makes a difference.
So you end up with a 32 column and a 31 column.
Yeah, that's the plan. So that's my big finish combo. So that's why I always have a stand in there. Right, in terms of little technical things to think about, when you do, as you can see, I don't use Negro Lazy or anything, which is your Counterblast Soul Blast on call to revive a unit, and you can do various combos with the G-Guard. So what I tend to do is revive the stand trigger or the Cannoneer, and either don't hollow the stand trigger and leave it there, so I can go G-Guard, retire, mill 3, bring back hollow, give my Vanguard 10k, or you can even Cannoneer, retire, draw, and when it goes, mill 3 to bring Cannoneer back and leave it. But if you're at a massive disadvantage, the amount of times I've milled 3, bring back Cannoneer, Counterblast again, retire, draw, and then unflip 2 with a starter or something. just to gain the advantage.
All those situations really depend on the matchup.
Exactly.
Really.
It's just they know the combos available to you.
The biggest thing that I would say you have to worry about with Granblue is if you're doing those combos, make sure you have enough to kind of guard against shadows and their PVDs.
Yeah, it's also it's resource management as well. If you're looking to spam counterblast, you don't really care, then just do things like that. If you're looking to just gain more solve resources, you can always bring back Serpent. Otherwise, it's not overly necessary. You can counterblast and revive Negarup or something to gain just a powerhouse advantage of your first, like, so 21 columns to switch out for another one. You can revive the same unit retired, which we came across before with Negrabone, so you can just go attack, oh, it comes back, haha. And obviously GBA's there if you need it. But the majority of the time the game tends to be over by the time you go 1, 2, 3 in those stride order there. So obviously if you're struggling, you go into the Ghosty King, send resources you need.
Yeah, not so much if you're struggling.
If you need to correct yourself, you go into the Ghosty Brothers, so they can get the right stride. So you have to pretty much ride that, but you can get away with Starlight, you just mill 3 and bring back whatever. So it's even technically you can get away with doing it if you are behind on resources, because milling 3 could find what you need. So end of the day, that is the game plan. So it's all about retirement really. So I've Kagorified the Granblue deck. Using Dragu and Cannoneer, you snipe off their main resources they need. So if you're in a mirror match, you send their Negrabones away. You send any kind of cost 2 for shadows away. Just any kind of their key units really. It won't work massively well against things like Pale Moon, I guess. You just kind of put them in and pull them out, that kind of thing. So I've been against decks before that literally had nothing on the field. So that's the main issue with this deck. Because it's so focused on retirement, the way I gain obviously a double advantage with Cannoneer is retirement.
I will disagree that this deck is focused on retirement. It's focused on extra attacks and...
Yeah, but the way I've built it is on retirement. No one focuses on Cannoneer or Dragu, not really. But so I would focus on spamming resources.
Dragu's just like a filler card, where you'd use it if you're not quite ready to beat your opponent yet.
Yeah, but if you the focus that I built the deck is you retire and then you do extra attacks. It's more about gaining your hand and field advantage and control over the extra attacks. The extra attacks are there if you've got extra spam. Don't be afraid to use them and unflip 2 and leave like 2 face down, because bearing in mind heal triggers are always available, so 1 or 2 face down you could heal a face down unit. And yeah, you don't need 5 face up to do a ridiculous spam of attacks. I don't use the tech of a grade 3, so I'm not going to use a hell of a lot. I've occasionally revived a Negrabone using Negrosumbra as well, so that would gain 25k or something and whatnot. You just got to be aware of what you're against. It's not like Gear Chronicles there, they're going to G-Guard and send that thing to the bottom of the deck, so you're going to lose your booster.
Just looking at your deck here, the majority of it is like... Triggers aside, because they're triggers, but you're running 2 cards that help you consistency, 4 Stride Falls there for consistency, just attack.
It works stupidly well with the...
I won't say stupidly well, it works okay.
Because if you think about, even if you had the miracle thing of 2 Negrabones, you attack with Negrabones, switch out for Starlight, and then go, okay, the other column switch out for whatever, Soul Blast 1, make a 21 column.
I get it. You need to ride this one, because the deck doesn't perform as well if you ride the new one. But this is an insane rear card.
That's another thing. Obviously you can revive Negrabone again with Starlight, which is also really dumb. But the fact that I only use Gauche really on my first stride, I've got a soul that's free because I've kept reviving that.
Yeah,
so that's why there's a soul available for me to use it, so I can.
But the main reason you'd go into that is, as you said, you revive it with the counter blast, you get the counter blast back, and it's a 10k beat, and it's now a target for Negrabone. Just do a lot, and then you get something else out. But Starlight, Negrabone, Negarook, it's all your multiple attack stuff. Yeah. You focus on that to build up your soul and get your free resources back. And
because bear in mind, when you revive it, it's a 10k vanilla. Otherwise, if you're not on GB, it's a 15 column with a 7k. You're still hitting numbers. It really doesn't matter. And 8k, no one's hitting 18 they're hitting 16s or 17s. No one's hitting 18, so it really doesn't matter if you have to ride it. If you do ride it, you would have to gouge first and then Gouge Blast to revive it and unflip Soul Charge if you really want to do it that way. But I wouldn't recommend it. Probably better. It's always better to call it as a rear guard and avoid it.
It does amaze me looking at this how simple it is.
Yeah.
But when you play it, it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Well, resources change. If you don't find one thing, then you have to change the game plan a little bit. But a second Gouge is in there just in case you build up the extra soul. Even if it's just Counter Soul Blast Revive 2 again or something, because you've just put crits back into the soul. I've had it before where my drop zone's so, no pun intended, dead, that I just had to revive a ton of crits, put them into soul, draw loads of cards, and then go into Gouge again and call out the units that I wanted because they weren't in there. It was just full of triggers. So I've just gone, well, that's all I can do.
But if you think about it, you 1-for-1 these in the first place, but then you eject them all to plus them back, and then you 1-for-1, so you essentially plus those 5 cards, which is why I think Gouge is dumb.
And they're obviously decent numbers because they gain a K for each, so they're at the very least going to be 10K columns. They're still hitting your ears. But yeah, and obviously a second Dragu, because if you know you can't win, you might as well go into Dragu again and gain more advantage on your opponent. Still retire and draw, and their resources will go down. As soon as you see an opportunity, go for it. Do your Negrasonga, try and win. But I tend to always focus on reviving that stand trigger, because giving 10k the other column on that turn is incredibly dumb. And you just spam all your resources in that one turn. Just go for it. Forget about reviving that. If you want to win, you just revive anything and everything that's going to help you win. So you want double Negro Rook, you want your Negro Bones, you want to revive Starlight and Soul Blast to get Soul Monster and things, so...
Yeah, he doesn't have any fancy card.
It's good. It's really
okay.
good. No, it's really good.
It's okay.
It's not okay. It's really good.
It's okay.
It breaks barriers.
A barrier.
Yeah. No, barriers. If there's an 18 column on the other side and I hollow it and add 3k the other side, what is it, Aaron? It's another 21 column. It's breaking barriers. Yeah. Break barriers. It's got 2 effects. 3k and you hollow it at 3k side. Just don't try and do it in your opponent's turn. Which is sadness. I thought I was onto something there. G-guarding and... Oh look, I revive something. Soul Blast, revive that. 3k to Vanguard. Something yours. Don't try that. You can try, but hopefully your opponent will be smart enough to get it. So it's happening. So, that is my Granblue deck. I believe I have covered everything. I will most likely swap them out for critical triggers, or just take the one and run crits is the basic thing to do. Yep. That's a neat, Aaron, and you always mess this up when you try, just don't try.
I know. I'll keep talking.
So, I either that, or you try and keep up with the stands and just run other stands for completely no real reason, just the fact you want to keep the 4 stands going. That's so painful. And so, yes, that is my deck, and I'm very happy with the way it's built and the way it performs at Nats.
Even though you've gone through all this, people are still going to be, why'd you run Forcer? I know it will be.
Because it's the... Yeah, I know. It's like, no Negro Lazy, what is this? Close the video. Harsh comment. No, delete the video. Or delete it, remove, close the window. But yeah, so it's for consistency, as I specified, it's for combos. If it's a combo based deck and you're not going into that, you have to find the resources by pure luck. Not by milling or just guarding or riding or whatever. So you run 4 things you have to want to find. So if I had a stride that done that flipped up, sure, but it doesn't. And it just performs really well. So feel free to try it and let me know. But I really don't just to reiterate as well, those of you who think I should run Negro Lazy, you'll skip to this point in the video. You realise that you have to realise that I don't revive I revive the things that I'm going to G-Guard and retire and Mill 3 and bring it back. So I don't combo it with Negro Lazy, because that's the main reason people run it. To G-Guard, retire it, Mill 3, bring it back, count my Soul Blast, revive by the stand. So I don't do that, I just revive the stand and leave it there. So as a control thing. But a lot of the time people can bypass it anyway, because you just attack or retire something else in the combo. So, thank you guys for watching and listening. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.